Today, I'm going to talk about the 5 potty training issues that are very common and then the 5 solutions to these issues that worked in our house. Let's make potty training as quick as possible, as pain-free as possible, and as little of a power struggle as possible. The first potty training hurdle is related to what toilet seat you use. I know a lot of my friends use those little seats that sit on the ground that the kids go onto, but then they run into issues like fears of the potty. It's very hard to transition from in the home potty training to then out of the home potty training and all of that. And so I would recommend using one of 2 types of toilet seats. We have one in our bathroom and then one in her bathroom. We have one that sits on the toilet itself. It's great because it doesn't take up any square footage in the room and it just adapts to any toilet. The second type that we have is awesome because it allows for her independence, and this is one we keep in her bathroom. She can climb up all by herself. We found with this, there's been such a smooth transition to out of the house pottying, and that has been immensely helpful through this potty training process. When we actually started potty training, an immediate issue that we ran into was we needed her to go to the bathroom super frequently, and she did not want to go to the bathroom every single time. She would say, no, I don't want to go. And then I was fearful because I was like, well, gosh, I don't want to immediately make this a negative thing or a power struggle or something like that. So what is a way that I can make it exciting and fun where she wants to go? We downloaded a song that she would enjoy. So we did the Baby Shark song. I set that as the timer ringtone on my phone. For every 45 minutes, Baby Shark song would start playing. That was our cue to run to the bathroom. And then I would play the song start to finish. And what she would do is she would sit on the potty at minimum as long as the song would play. Because the other issue was I would get her to the potty and then she would sit down and be like, okay, and hop immediately back off. And I knew she had to go. So the Baby Shark song kind of eliminated those potential power struggles that could have formed. All right. Another issue we ran into is we would get her to the potty. We would get her on the potty, but she would say she doesn't have to go or say she didn't want to go. And this made me think, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I literally cannot make her go. And again, I didn't want to form a power struggle. So I was trying to think, how can I make it fun for her to actually go to the bathroom? And so I pulled out some poopery that we had somewhere in the house, and we called it her magic potty spray. And we would spritz it in the toilet before she would sit down. And then I told her, when you go potty on this spray, it's magic spray and it releases a smell, which it does. If you haven't used poopery, that's what it does. Then once she finished going to the bathroom, I knew I wanted a reward that was quick, easy, she would get a kick out of, but wasn't like hard to sustain. And so we implemented the potty charts. This is obviously super common, but we just made them at home. I'll get a piece of printer paper, we'll draw the lines, we'll decorate it real cute, and she loves making them. It's like a little art project for us. We'll tape it to the door at her height where she can reach it, and then she gets to pick a few pages that she wants it for each potty chart out of her sticker book. So she has her stickers, she has her potty chart, and whenever she uses the restroom or tries, she gets a sticker, and then once she gets to the very end, she gets a special little treat, which we do these little freeze-dried banana bites that are dipped in dark chocolate. Probably the biggest issue that we ran into through the potty training was the phenomenon where she would be so fascinated with dressing and undressing, pottying, all of that was like very much what her little brain was working on. And so we got into a phase where either at nap time or nighttime, she would take off her clothes and she would poop on the floor, or poop in her diaper and then take off her diaper. Picture us at 9 p.m. at night. My husband's taking her bedroom door off of its hinges to clean the poop off of the bottom because when we opened it to go in after seeing what was unfolding, it smeared into the poop. Yeah, you get it. You get it. It was horrible. That was one of our parenting moments where we're like, what is life right now? And so the solution was something called a naked no more. And I found this, apparently we're not the only people that have had this issue. Apparently this is a thing. We needed a solution. That night we found the solution so that would never happen again. And I will say it has not happened again. Between getting the right equipment, for the job that allows independence and allows potty training outside of the home to be seamless between creating incentives that make potty training fun and eliminate some of those potential power struggles. Things like the baby shark song, the poopery, and then having a reward system that is sustainable and easy, like a sticker chart. And then lastly, if you happen to have the kid like mine who's curious about this whole process and is undressing themselves and potentially even pooping on the floor, the Naked No More. These are solutions to common potty training problems that really helped in our household. And I have linked all of the products that we use below that hopefully will help make this a really smooth and easy transition for you and your toddler.